Hey again, this is Grant with VGI, and today we're going to talk about the game idea, The Walk. Now, this one's a little bit darker than I normally would touch on, but I love the idea. I got it off of Reddit, and I can't remember the username of the person that posted this, but it deserved to be talked about. Now, the summary behind this one is your character is on the last walk of their lives, and they're planning to end it. They've been depressed for a really long time. So if this isn't handled in the most elegant way, it could be really inappropriate, but if it's handled right, it could be one of the most emotional, impactful games that I think I've ever played or anybody's ever played. And a few things came to my mind when I was thinking about this idea and what I thought would be really cool to see in it. First, determining your character's memories. Now, playing through their memories should be the core gameplay, and the gameplay should really be affected by your choices. So if you decide to not answer a call at a specific moment, or if you decide to drive drunk or something like that, the gameplay should be very heavily attached to whatever decision you make at any given point. And it also should be attached to the origins of your character that you decide at the beginning of the game. So if you decide that you want to play an orphan and you haven't ever seen your parents and you've always grown up with foster parents and from one foster parent to another, that could have a huge effect. If you decide to play as a war vet, that could have a huge effect on the gameplay. Those two things in tandem, I think, would create a really very complex and impactful gameplay situation, or just gameplay experience in general. Second is a coping mechanism, where every time you make a decision involving a really traumatic event, you take a step out of your memories and you're back on your walk. And it's basically you just rationalizing the decision you made and if it was a good one or a bad one. And the way I'm thinking of it in my head is there's kind of like a scale where you're stacking up all of the reasons that it was basically why it was a good decision, and why on the other side it wasn't a good decision. And at this point in the game, if in the gameplay, the core gameplay, when you're going through your memories, you've invested some time in doing therapy and learning some skills to be able to cope, it could help you make this point in the game a hell of a lot easier, so that your character can come to terms with what he's decided a lot easier. And finally, the last thing that came to mind was walk speed. Now, this is going to be inextricably tied to the coping section of the game. The better you're able to rationalize your choices, the slower you're going to walk. Now, the less you're able to rationalize your choices, the faster you're going to walk. Why does that matter? Well, before your character left to go on the last walk of their life, they left a note for their family members, maybe a roommate, somebody like that. And if you walk slow enough, they're able to get you help before your walk comes to an end. Now, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any ideas for this game, I'd love to hear them. And if you guys have any game ideas in general, share them. I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to like this idea if you want to see it made into a real game, and subscribe so you know what games are right around the corner.